All right, y'all. It's Vaughn. Before we get started, you can find the Spin the Rock podcast on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. For updates, go to our Twitter at Spin the Rock, and while you're at it, check out our TikTok too. All the links are in the description below. Thank you for listening and enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome to the Spin the Rock podcast, a basketball podcast for fans with fans. I am your host, Angel, and with me today is
Eugene.
Tyler.
And Vaughn.
Yeah, so we got more news this past week than we did most of August and the end of July combined. Like, it's kind of insane. Like, it was like breaking after breaking after breaking. So let's start off with one that I feel like I want to talk about the most, and that is Chet being injured after the crossover game with LeBron. What do y'all think about that?
Oh, Rip Thunder. At least this year. It might work out for them because they might get another high draft pick, and then Chet comes back next year, and they're like a playoff team. Who knows?
Chess, not checkers. Okay. I like the way you think about that, Vaughn.
Yeah, maybe it's a convenient injury.
I mean, but no, of course, it sucks to see because a lot of people were looking forward to seeing him play. I'm sure all of us were. But, yeah, it just sucks. He'll bounce back, though.
It's a tough injury because it's a foot injury, and historically, like it's not a foot injury is like really bad for bigs, but at the same time, Chet's not exactly like a heavy guy like Joel Embiid.
I mean, isn't it just like a fracture?
Yeah, he fractured some part of his foot.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. If he broke his foot, it'd probably be a bigger, much bigger problem. But I mean, a fracture is still bad. You know, he's out for the entire season. I don't necessarily think it'll change where the Thunder end up in the standings per se, but praying for a speedy recovery.
Wait, did you ever say like they'd make a play-in tournament? You
Well, in
still
like
think
2
so?
years, maybe.
Oh, 2 years. Okay, I thought it was this season. I'm like that.
No.
I think the worst part about this injury is just all the haters getting fueled. Like all of them are like, I told y'all he guarded LeBron and instantly injured. And it's like, come on, dude. Like that was just like a freak accident. Like he wasn't even guarding LeBron when he was injured. He was just backpedaling and then like stepped wrong. So like it's just unfortunate that like it just fuels the criticism.
Right. And I feel like it was bound to happen. I don't know if I said that or not, but I feel like it was bound to happen because, like, if he didn't get hurt there, he was probably going to get hurt during the season. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
With how, much of a twig he is. But
yeah. And moving on to our other topic, which so wild, Pat Bev is now an LA Laker. Eugene, start us off with that because I want to know what you think as a Lakers fan.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm mad. I'm really mad that we got rid of Stanley Johnson for him because we got rid of like THT and Stanley Johnson, and Stanley Johnson had just re-signed with us. So I was, since we didn't get Malik to re-sign with us, I was like, all right, well, hopefully we can get Stanley Johnson to sign with us. He re-signed, and then we trade him away. So it's like, I don't understand why any team, not just the Lakers, would offer them, offer any player, any role player another contract and just be like, nah, we don't want you no more. We're going to trade you to, whoever. Now, with it being Patrick Beverly, who knows how it's going to work out with him and Russell. I think it could work maybe on the very slight chance, but egos would have to go, somewhere else. And, everyone knows that Russ and Patrick both have egos, big, huge, ginormous egos. So, and also the starting conversation, who's going to start, like Patrick Beverly has started the majority of his career now. Russell Westbrook has started literally his entire career, but has been playing like shit. So it's just kind of like, who starts, who doesn't.
I think
I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I think I saw a reports saying like they wanted to start Austin Reeves at shooting guard. I don't know how true those are. I don't know how true any Lakers report is. Then that's gonna like butt heads with Russ and Pat Bev, like deciding who comes off the bench. So there's that.
I think we could start Austin Reeves because we don't have a shooting guard anymore. We got rid of THT. We got rid of Stanley Johnson. We got rid of Malik Monk. Who knows what's happening with Kendrick Nunn? So
Right.
Yeah, and like Eugene and Vaughn both mentioned, like Eugene saying with Rush and Pat clashing, and Vaughn being like a Lakers rumor, like whether or not to believe it. Russ up for being traded again for like the 6th time this offseason. It's like someone gets traded and all of a sudden Russ is back on the block. So like I'm not gonna believe Russ being traded until he's actually with a different team, like playing.
no, literally,
Right.
literally. Or at least another team offers, you know?
Yeah.
But nobody wants him. So it's like nobody's gonna do that.
Yeah.
Especially now
'cause-
because he's like the last year of his contract. Like we could trade for him, or if we actually really want him, just wait till his contract expires. Because there's no way he's re-signing with the Lakers.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, moving on to another big trade rumor, which is Kevin Durant is staying on the Nets. Man made such a huge deal for being traded week after week, new trade rumors, new packages being seen, and now he's staying on the Nets. What do you all think about that?
Man's must have realized he just re-signed for 4 years or something. I'm glad that it's over. I think, because like now we'll actually start seeing more free agency moves. Like the Pat Bev trade happened after that, right?
Yeah.
So finally things will start rolling, and we'll start seeing things. So that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, also just like I was really wondering why him and Kyrie wanted to leave, like only playing 2 seasons together, and plus they like, especially the first season they didn't really play together like that. Well, actually even this season too, huh? With the whole vaccination thing. So like, I was just wondering like, why would you want to leave? Like y'all haven't even really like, in my eyes, that wasn't even like an actual like a shot at like actually trying to win it all, because like all other stuff been going on around them. But it's good to see that they're staying, even though Kyrie was just like, all right, fine, I guess I'll stay. And then they convinced KD to stay. I don't know. I'm just glad it's over, honestly. Like, although it was interesting to see where he might go with all these rumors, I'm just glad it's over, just so we can see other
Yeah,
stuff.
it's kind of funny. Like it's like you get rid of Steve Nash and the GM, and I'll stay. And then he said no, and then he says, "Okay, I'll stay."
He's like, all right, I guess that didn't work. So
Yeah, the owner was like, the GM was like, you think you're LeBron or something? Who are you? Like come on, bro. I do this. This is me. But yeah.
I think it's just funny how, you know, he made a whole fuss about it and then just ended up saying, it's just like, why do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Especially, I think a big reason why he might have stayed was because Kyrie decided he was going to stay, which was like a huge relief, I bet, for Nets fans, because like at least we're not losing both of them.
Well, I don't think the drama's over. I think we still got a full season of like butting heads.
Oh yeah.
Something's gonna happen.
Yeah. Maybe they request a trade again in the middle of the season. Who knows?
Oh yeah, the drama is definitely not over. Oh, Blake Griffin? Oh, for sure. Follow-up question. Ben Simmons, KD, Kyrie. How y'all feel about that trio?
Oh, low key. I completely forgot Ben Simmons was on the team.
Yep.
That might have been another reason why he stayed. I ain't gonna lie.
Because I mean, obviously everybody pressures him into scoring and stuff. He's got 2 people who can score effortlessly, so I feel like that pressure will still be off of him somewhat. Obviously, people are still going to be on him, like, oh, you know, just shoot the ball and all this other stuff, because he can do everything else fine: defend, play make, facilitate. But I think this will probably be a good fit because he enjoys, you know, more so the point guard role on the team. So
We got to see him play. We haven't seen him actually be there for games.
Dude, I
don't
hope
know.
he's a sharpshooter. I
No.
hope he's a sharpshooter.
I need
'Cause-
logo threes and all.
If that man got bullied by the Sixers fans into like not playing, like who knows what they're gonna do to him in New York? You know, like if Kyrie and KD were like causing all this drama, Ben Simmons is naturally just gonna get roped into it. Whatever it is, something's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the side of Vaughn too. It's like we haven't seen him play in probably like 2 years, if not a little bit more. I'm excited. I've been excited to see him play ever since, there were rumors of him playing against Philly last season. It's going to be really interesting to see if his play style has changed, while not playing. But
I think for him to succeed, he just needs to be aggressive. Like I would love for him to get a jumper. I don't know if that's a reality, but he just needs to be aggressive. Like what happened in the Hawks playoffs, the crap where he like gave up a layup even though Trae Young was guarding him. Like that's not the player he should be. He's got to be head full of steam, putting the defenses, drawing the attention to him, either going for those layups and dunks or kicking out to a teammate. I mean, he's got Kyrie and KD as teammates. That pressure should be off him. I don't know what to expect.
All right. Moving on. Just like Ben Simmons, y'all are about to be in the hot seat. I lied to y'all. I said there won't be time, and I lied straight to your faces. Starting with Eugene, we're doing overrated or underrated. This player was a superstar, went to your team, underperformed, left and came back. Dwight Howard, overrated or underrated, Eugene?
right now, currently,
Just as a player.
but like his whole career, or are we talking about right now?
His whole let's just Dwight Howard whole career. How about that? Make it easy on you.
On the very low key, I'm gonna say underrated.
All right. I'm not gonna lie, I low-key agree with that.
Because I don't know, I don't think people give him his flowers enough. Like a lot of people don't remember his what was it? It was like, wasn't it his like 30-30-30 game or something? 20-20-20, something like that.
When
Oh,
He
yeah.
had like 20 points, 20 rebounds, and like 20 blocks or something. It was something crazy on the Hornets.
Oh, when they played against the Warriors, I remember that game because I was so out of left
Yeah.
field. Yeah, I remember that game.
And it's like I feel like he has enough, just enough for a Hall of Fame career, but a lot of people would negate that because he doesn't have a ring. And there's plenty of ringless players that are in the Hall of Fame.
The bubble, bro.
He does have a ring.
Yeah, he got a
Bubble.
Lakers
He
ring.
brought your team a ring on the
Oh,
Lakers.
you right, bro. I forgot about that. I ain't gonna
Right.
lie.
Dwight Howard
Yeah,
carried y'all.
we had him.
He carried y'all to the ship. What y'all talking about? So when he
Okay,
came,
well, pre-COVID.
when he came back to the Lakers, how did you feel?
I was happy, but then we didn't utilize him enough.
All right.
Because it was like him
So you're
and DeAndre were our two bigs, and we just didn't use them enough.
So you weren't a Lakers fan
Then
who hated Dwight Howard for his first run?
Nah, I've never hated Dwight Howard. I've never hated Dwight Howard.
I remember Lakers
Crazy.
fans like really on him the second time he came back because like there was that whole thing on the bench with him and AD. And, like that's when like oh, we got to trade Dwight Howard. And like, damn, this team is in shambles.
Yeah.
Moving on. Oh no, go ahead.
Oh no, I
Tyler.
was saying like I definitely agree with the underrated. 8-time All-Star, defensive player of the year, took Orlando to the finals, all that jazz. Yeah, so I'm gonna definitely say underrated because they don't talk about him enough like that.
All right, Vaughn. You doubted this player when he was first drafted. You mentioned him in our prospects episodes. Overrated, underrated. Trae Young.
Oh, you know, he can get 40 points on any team, I think. He knows how to dish the rock, but come playoff time, the Heat did this to him. They exposed him. He could not score. I must say Trae Young just a little overrated.
Ooh.
Bro.
So your
I
your
think-
opinion hasn't changed that much.
Oh, well, I didn't think Trae Young would be as good as he is right now,
Okay.
but like I don't think it's the same type of mindset I got about him. Like I just didn't believe in Trae Young. Now I believe in Trae Young, but I think he's a tough justification to
Alright,
like
overrated.
to deserve the praise that he gets. Like obviously he can get a 40 piece. He can get 10 plus assists each game if he has to. He probably improves the personnel around him, like John Collins, Clint Capella. But that Heat series is, call it recency bias, but he just could not score. He was just like a net negative when he was on the court.
All
So-
right.
I think he just got to follow that Heat game plan, swarm him. So that's just my take.
All right. What y'all think? Overrated, underrated? Perfectly rated. Perfectly rated is an option too.
I don't think he's perfectly rated, but I think
Yeah, me neither.
I think Atlanta. Okay, I'm biased. First, I'm just saying I'm biased to Trae Young. I think he's amazing, but I think Atlanta, you know, given he's their best player, just kind of like blows it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They just they're just like, yeah, Trae Young. I mean, I got his jersey in my closet. Like I said, like I'm biased, but it's just kind of weird because like a lot of people would say he's overrated, but he's also a really good player and he can back up, you know, all of the backlash or, you know, for lack of a better term, that he faces. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't think he's perfectly rated, but I don't think he's overrated.
All right. All right. Tyler,
All right.
former Bulls player. Some would call him toxic. Jimmy Butler, overrated or underrated?
Jeez. Oh, that's oh. Damn. I'm gonna go with just recently. Like I'm gonna say a little, just a little overrated, just a little bit though.
Oh,
Wow.
Ooh, I did not
No.
expect that.
Wow.
Whoa.
that's wild.
Just a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong. You know, he's still one of my favorite players. Like, you know, with the bias and all that. But, I don't know. Just I feel like some, at least from what I've seen, there's some moments where I feel like he feels the need that he needs to be the one to like do everything, which is also a good thing because like if he wants to put the team on his back, but like he can also. I'm not saying he's a ball hog or nothing, but just like as of recently, like because I know he like loves to do what he can to help the team win. But from what I've seen, I just feel like he's a little too much hero ball in some moments. But that's the only part that's like that makes me like decide the overrated. So I was like, I want to say perfectly rated, but it's hard, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I guess I could say perfectly rated, just like that little. It's hard. I don't know.
It's too late. You already.
All right, I guess I'll go
you
overrated
said
then.
he's
All right,
overrated.
okay.
I would say perfectly rated.
Yeah.
I would say perfectly rated.
Yeah.
I honestly think he's a top 10 player.
So you think he's
I love
underrated?
Jimmy Butler. It depends on who you're asking, I guess. Like, if I'm looking at this crowd who always like makes a top 10 list and doesn't include Jimmy Butler, yeah, I'm gonna say underrated. But like, I think people give Jimmy Butler his praise. Like, the man put a Heat team, a young team, to the finals. They might have not have won, but that's still an accomplishment in itself. This past finals, I don't think anyone was shitting on Jimmy Butler. Like, even that pull-up three at the end of the game 7, any Celtics fan felt fear when he shot that. It was open. It might have been in transition. It's just a scary look.
And he
So,
was wide
yeah,
open. Yeah.
He's wide open. He's a scary player to go against. He's a good leader. He defends. He's just a threat, you know? I just love his game.
All right. Tyler, how did you feel when Jimmy Butler was no longer a Bull?
At first, like given the team circumstances, I was mad that they traded him, and I already knew he was butting heads with the coach. And like that last season was like that team didn't know if they wanted to contend or like tank because you had an old D Wade, you had Ron. It was such a random team, but I was like, all right, let's do it, I guess. But at first, I was obviously like very disappointed. Or no, I was actually very angry. Let me not say disappointed. I was very upset because it was like he was in his prime. Like people were starting to recognize him as really recognize him as a player because I believe he was Eastern All-Star starter, and just he had a great year, and he was like the main reason that the team was winning games, even though we had I think it was a 41-41 record or something like that. The team was very inconsistent, but he was doing what he could. But initially I was upset, but seeing like what's going on now, it's like it was probably for the better. So because the team, because like we had him, but then like a few years later we got DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, who's an all-star. Other good players that help to the team win games. So
here's a what if. Like if they didn't trade D Rose, Raheem Noah, they didn't blow up that team, do you think Jimmy Butler would be the same player he is today? Like would he have been that defensive dog, that leader, that just beast that is Jimmy Butler? Or do you think he would have been like a role player or something?
He probably would have, but maybe a little more later down the line, because this is Derrick Rose coming off injuries and Joakim Noah was getting older. So I feel like he probably still could be the same. He still would have been the same player, just would have took him probably a little bit longer because seeing as the Derrick Rose is on the team, everybody's going to look at him as like, oh, he's the star, the number one option, all this other stuff. But he's still going to perform, don't get me wrong, but like it just would take him, it would take longer for people to acknowledge him as a player, like on his own without needing like a supporting cast, whatever, that makes sense. Or as they,
right.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
All right.
Yeah, I guess it was tough considering Tom Thibodeau is the coach. And he doesn't play
He hates
players.
He hates playing rookies. I don't know why. Makes no sense.
And speaking of hate, today's topic, the 2020 bubble. Love it or hate it, we will be talking about it. So first, what did y'all first think about it when you first heard that they were doing the bubble? Your first reactions?
I was
fine.
excited.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was like, hooping at Disney. Like, come on. And they had like hella amenities, bro. I was like, bro, I wish I was an NBA player. It sounded hella dope to me.
Yeah, we felt like the season was over, like it was done. And so we were just like left with that void of like something incomplete. We're not going to have an NBA Finals this year. And then somehow they pulled it off. They made this bubble. They set the courts up, and we got not just like the playoffs. We had like some regular season games we had to finish off, and it kind of just felt like we were building. And then they had like the play-in tournament or whatever. And then
that was like the first year of the
finally.
play-in.
Yeah, it was first year, so it was like a big change. And then those playoffs is just a different atmosphere. It was just really good to have NBA basketball back.
I thought it was pretty cool, and they were taking the right precautions with the whole COVID thing, and just them going out their way to really make this happen was really cool to see. And just seeing it felt like a different vibe, like especially like obviously the fans make the game a little more immersive, but like, or not more immersive, but like just add more energy. But the bubble felt immersive in a way. It was kind of like watching pickup or like AAU or something like that. That's what I liked about it personally. I thought it was cool.
Yeah. So I think we all agree that we liked it then. None of us were bubble haters.
At the time, I think I liked it more than I do in retrospect. But I don't think the bubble's a bad thing at all.
Right.
All right. Well then, the big question, the question that everyone brings up when you talk about the bubble: does the championship deserve an asterisk?
No, sir. But like, like low key only because given the circumstances, we were in the middle of the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a fake ring, but it was just different. You know what I'm saying? So I still think it does, but not for the reason people give it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I say the same thing. It's just because of like what the circumstances were, and plus it's like they did like just what they could to make the season finish. So I'd say it for that reason too. So
I don't think it deserves an asterisk, but it is a different NBA championship. Not necessarily a bad thing. It's just the atmosphere was different. Like there's no fans. I think that's the biggest thing. Like there's some moments that fans would have gone crazy for. Maybe like some shots are missed. I just missed that atmosphere. I think looking back, because like just think of the AD clutch shot against the Nuggets. Like how fans would have gone crazy for that, and that's kind of like what I missed, especially in playoff time. Like the head to head against Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell,
Donovan
like
Mitchell.
fans would have ate that up, man. Like that's the stuff I really missed about the bubble. Uh, but like I don't. People always are like, "Little Mickey Mouse" or "Hey Disney." It's just like there's different challenges. Like you're in one area, you can't leave. Maybe that affected people more than the other. It's I don't like that thought process of this championship doesn't mean anything compared to the other championships. Like it was competitive. It was like it was pure hoops for better or for worse. So just I feel like we should be fortunate that we had a championship run that year at all. Like I think that the bubble was an accomplishment.
Yeah, it's kind of wild looking back. I personally love the bubble even now. Like, does the ring deserve an asterisk? No, but like we all said, you don't look at it as the same way. Like, if you don't want to put asterisks on rings, you can go back and put an asterisk on almost every single ring won. Like 2019, the whole team was injured. Like 2021, like like it.
yeah, like if you
I
really
don't
wanted
know.
to, you can nitpick each year. Like I get it. Like the Warriors' first one, like was it Kyrie and Love injured? You could say that if you wanted to, but it's part of the game, sadly. But yeah,
Yeah, and like I don't know. The Lakers showed up. The Heat showed up. Everyone had the same opportunities. Like
Jimmy Butler showed up.
facts. So I don't know. It's just weird to like be so nitpicky about it, especially like everyone had the same opportunity. Like the Lakers didn't like get a boost or anything. So also a big topic about the bubble, which I feel like people don't talk about anymore, but was very like talked about it back then. The politics. Was it the Bucks like didn't play a game because of a shooting in Milwaukee, and it was during the George Floyd thing and Black Lives Matter movement, say their name. What did y'all think about the politics at the time? Were you a fan of it? Were you anti-politics? Like what was your like thought process on that?
I mean, at the end of the day, basketball is just a game. Like this is real stuff that's happening. So like when people are saying keep it out of sports, is like you realize that they're people too, right? That like you gotta like shed some type of light on. I'm not saying obviously make it like all about it. Everybody still wants to see the game, but like to at least have them acknowledge it, like is good enough personally. But you can't just like this type of stuff. You can't just like put to the side. Like this is real stuff. So like seeing people like say, "Oh, we don't care about politics," like this ain't politics. Like people are like this country's in a bad like climate right now. So I personally didn't get that why people were like, "Oh, keep it out the game," but that's just me. So
I think it was just a good job by the organizations, just organizing that. Because I think it was like, I think they canceled or like postponed like 2 games because of that. But, and the NBA wasn't going to say anything about it because like you can't play the games without the teams. So, obviously they're just going to let it happen.
Yeah, what are you gonna do as the NBA? You're gonna like no play on. Like, no, that'd be fucked up.
Oh my God.
It's wild too because like no one complained when Jonathan Isaac like didn't kneel. Like no one was like, you know, oh, look at him, anti. Like, no, we were like salty. It's like you can't be salty about that and like be salty about the Black Lives Matter. Like people were like, look at him, a true American. Like, like get out of here with that. Like, you can't just flip flop on your point of view. If you wanted to keep politics out, you wouldn't praise him for it because he's bringing
Right.
politics in. So I feel like it was very like wish-washy. Like everyone was at home, so we had nothing but free time. So like everything was nitpicked at the end of the day.
yeah.
Let's talk about our fave moments. I think we have at least two. I'm pretty sure we all have at least two.
I got a few.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so let's start off with Tyler's favorite moment.
All right, I got a couple. The first one, Vaughn already touched on it. Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell just clashing throughout that entire series. Just a 50 piece from one, 50 piece from another. It just you got Jamal Murray doing all these circus shots around Gobert. It was just amazing, and it's pure basketball, man. Like it was just great to see. And my second moment, just like one specific moment, was when Luka Doncic hit the game winner on the Clippers. I don't remember exactly what game it was, but just that whole series, like just I remember game one when I personally felt like the Mavericks, they did the Mavericks wrong in that game when you had Morris and I believe it was either Montrez or Beverly just like pretty much antagonizing Luka, and you had Porzingis step in and they ejected him, but not the people who like who initiated, which made
Who started
exactly,
it?
it made no sense to me, and I felt like I don't know, but then just seeing Luka hit that nice step back that he always does, and just hitting that game winner, it just like it was really satisfying to see, because like it was just like going back on pure hoops, like it was cool to see like the playoffs like produced a lot of cool like little storylines throughout the bubble.
Yeah, the thing about that shot, it was like under 3 seconds left or something, and then they were down 2-1 in the series. And Luka did his thing. For some reason, that wing three, like it could be deep, it could be right at the line. Luka's making that three in the clutch. Like I've seen him do it against the Celtics. He just that's his magic spot right there.
Facts.
It was outrageous watching that. And that was the thing. It was like Luka versus Pandemic E. Like that's when that was happening.
Yeah,
Pandemic.
I remember that.
Yeah. You said Murray and Mitchell, and Vaughn mentioned it. And as a Nugget fan, I couldn't be more proud. Man got some head and popped off. like it was crazy to see. Like, especially okay. I live in Denver, and I used to work by the Pepsi Center or the Ball Arena now. I know exactly the building Murray got that video with. Like I know exactly where that building is because
Nah, that's federal, bro. That's federal.
No, only-
federal.
That's way ahead, bro. You police.
No,
That's mad
the
federal.
only reason why I know that is because all the players stay there. Like it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a hotel for like celebrities and shit.
Yeah, I.
Yeah, so like,
You know-
I even had chefs living there, bro. Like
You know his room number and everything. You go take a trip up there every now and then.
I've been trying to send girls his way so he can pop off again. No, but like for real, seeing him do that and like going back and forth, like I was hyped. I was like, because the Nuggets were getting that stigma of like being trash in the playoffs. So like when I saw Murray popping off against Mitchell, I was like, let's go. I was like, you can't talk about us being ass in the playoffs no more.
Yeah, it wasn't
Well-
just like Murray's 50 points. It was they came down 3-1, and then next year they did it again. So
Yeah.
that was like a magical run for them.
Oh, there is one more that I will say. It's just like I thought it was crazy because of all like how they got wrote off like in the very beginning of the season, like way before the pandemic. The Thunder and the Rockets going 7 games in the first round. They had a 0.08 chance of making the playoffs, and Chris Paul was like, "Nah, let me step in," and he took Houston to 7 games. Like that in itself was just amazing. That's really beating the odds right there. So that's another moment that I just thought of. So sorry about that.
Point guard, bro.
Yeah,
Yep.
facts. Russ must have been fuming. Like, where was that when I was on the
Russ-
team?
Yeah, you had Russ and Steven Adams going at it on the bench and stuff. Like
It's crazy.
it's crazy.
That was like the series where they started saying Russ was trash because that man was just making silly mistake after another. Like they're saying Harden had like no help. Because that man,
Oh yeah.
he would just like charge in and like pass the ball and no one would be there.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. Like, I know he came off COVID and had an injury, but like, still, it's like, come on, bro. Like, if you can't score, like, just slow down. Like,
So this is your day job. You're not supposed to be bad at it.
yeah, but
I would say so. I have a few favorite moments. Tyler already touched on the Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell thing, so I won't really expand on that. Devin Booker's game winner and their like whole win streak. That was just crazy.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
just crazy to watch. And the fact they went 8-0 and still didn't make the plan made no sense whatsoever. I
Yeah,
still
that's
don't
tough.
understand that. And that team, bro, that team was raw. They had it was like Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Jay Crowder. They still had what's his face? Kelly Oubre. He was popping off. I think they had Cameron Payne. That team was stupid raw. Obviously the chip, you know what I'm saying? Obviously the chip. I think I have one more, but I don't remember. If I remember, I'll blurt it out.
I thought Crowder was on Miami.
Was he?
when they went to the finals? Was
I
he
don't-
not?
I don't remember.
I swore he
Oh,
was.
no,
He was, right?
He was.
And then he went to Phoenix
Yeah,
after,
yeah.
didn't he?
Oh,
Okay.
then it had to be PJ Tucker.
No, he was on the Rockets.
But then who?
I'm trying to think. Dang, I'm trying to think of that roster now too, because obviously it's Booker, Aiden, Mikal Bridges was already drafted by them, right?
I think, but I don't think he was like
He wasn't like as good as he
as
was
good as he is
recently,
now. Yeah.
Damn.
Dang, I thought Jay Crowder was on that team.
I think he was.
No, he was on
the
Miami,
year before. Yeah, he was there for that finals run for Miami.
and then he went.
No,
And
I looked it up. It says he is. I'm literally looking at it right now.
Ain't no way, bro. I
What-
swear.
I'm literally looking-
What is the season year?
2019, 2020.
That's the season.
I swear, I saw him guard. What? When was he on Miami then? I know he was on Miami at one point. I'm not tripping, am I, Vaughn? Like,
I remember him against the Lakers.
that's what I'm saying.
they
Hold
were-
on.
They were jawing at each other.
Yeah, what?
I don't
Hold
know.
on, let me-
But yeah, those are my favorite moments.
Okay. Yeah, that's for another day.
How watching the Lakers Heat series, how was that for you, Eugene?
Bro, I think I was more amazed at Jimmy Butler than the Lakers. Like Jimmy had 40 every game. And I think he had like 3 triple doubles, like 3 40-point, 30-point triple doubles. It was just, bro, he was busting, bro. Every shot he was throwing up was going in, getting rebounds, passing to his teammates, although they weren't doing jack. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, bro. Like, he was just straight hooping.
I felt bad for bro because like I know Goran Dragic was like coming off injured. He wanted to play like hella bad, but obviously he's injured, so he's not gonna be as good. But it's like,
Right.
yeah, he was on his lone wolf shit right there, man. It's like, damn, he's doing what he can to make sure this team has a chance to win. Like, at least they didn't get swept though. That's for damn sure.
That's true.
But it was amazing though to watch for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Bam was playing hurt too, so it was like they were saying Jimmy had no help and everything. He really had to put it on his back. Like there's that iconic picture of him like exhausted, like head over on like the stand or whatever.
That was literally like the last game. I think that was our championship game that we won.
Yeah, won in
Crazy.
6, right?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Wild. Everyone was rooting against the Lakers too. Everyone
Everyone.
was rooting.
Literally everyone, but people in LA were rooting against the Lakers, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. There's times where I thought the Heat might do it. There was a lot of times where I was like, "Holy shit, the Heat might, Heat might do it."
Hopefully they get one though. I think they can. They just gotta. I think they need maybe one more piece. I don't know what piece that would be, or maybe they just need to have things click.
Yeah, unfortunate for them. What about you, Vaughn?
I just like to clarify real quick. Jay Crowder was on the 1920 season, bubble season. Started on the Grizzlies, traded to Miami.
I knew it, bro. I knew
He's
it.
been on
Bro, I
Phoenix.
don't know
Knew it,
what.
bro.
The
Did
website
you-
I was looking at literally had a picture of Jay Crowder on the 2019-2020 season. He was right next to Ayton.
I'm looking right at ESPN. It got Jay Crowder on.
That was probably my mistake not going to ESPN. I just typed in 2020 roster Suns.
Okay. All right. I got scraps here. I got scraps, but I got some good ones. Okay. I got Bam Adebayo block on Tatum, broke my heart because it really that was like the last play of the game, the last go ahead bucket, and then Bam just blocked the shit out of it. Like it wasn't even an easy block. He met him at the rim, and his hand went like backwards and everything just to block it, and it really set the tone for the rest of that series. And it just kind of like ruined the Celtics' exhausting run because they just came off the back of a Toronto Raptors 7-game series. So that was a tough one to swallow, but it was a great moment for Bam's career, to be honest. And then I got Lou Will breaking quarantine to go to Magic City. Get himself
Oh,
some
yeah.
wings. I looked it up. They even got wings named after him called the Lou Will lemon pepper barbecue. That shit was wild. Didn't someone like snitch on him? Like they posted on their Insta story.
I
And,
think
like
so.
Lou Will was there. Yeah. So that that was a crazy story, and it was like controversial too, because like who was it? Daniel House broke quarantine, and like he was exiled from the bubble. Like they kicked him out, but Lou Will was able to stay. So that was just a wild time in bubble history.
That man went to go get him some, and Lou went to go get some wings. They was like, "Nah, you gotta go." I remember that story now. Damn.
It was even funnier because he has no regrets about that. Like no regrets whatsoever about him going to get the rings. Like none at all. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just human. I just wanted to get me food." Like, he did not care at all to this day.
He said, "I'm human. What about it?"
The Adebayo block. That block, I remember watching it. I feel you heard it on TV. Like you could hear the block. And like that was like freak athletic like type stuff. Like I can't imagine like seeing that in person or being Tatum and thinking you just got a bucket and then Adebayo just like like his shadow being casted over you.
Because I think with that block, he jumped late. Bam jumped late. And like Tatum was already in the air. So it was like, oh, like he's about to catch Bam. And then Bam just like, bro, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy.
I was like
so
already about to celebrate as Tatum was going for the dunk, and then Bam just came out of nowhere and ended that. I was in disbelief.
Yeah.
Didn't we get Kawhi's fingertip block out of that too in the bubble? Wasn't that in the bubble?
It might have been.
Now that I think about it, I think it wasn't it.
It's tough to think about.
It was like his middle finger, right? Like
yeah,
block it. Oh, I think so. Dang.
I swear I don't remember who it was against. but I swear that had to be in it.
It might have been the Nuggets. I want to say. I think I don't know. I don't want to seem like I'm just making stuff up, but I feel like that's where it might be from.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
What was it? The Nuggets or?
well, no, I just thought something else.
Oh, okay.
MPJ, because he was kind of going off.
Oh, for sure
He was kind of going off too. That was pretty exciting for me because it was like I've been following him since high school, so it was just like finally, and he's coming off back surgery or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool to see.
One thing I do remember was when they were going against the Clippers, Jermichael Green, I think is it Marcus Morris? Is that the Morris that was on the Clippers or still is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Marcus.
I just remember they got into it, Morris always trying to scrap with somebody. I just remember him saying, like, you kind of hear it too. He's like, you're ready to go home when they were up 3-1, and then we know the rest. So I was like, oh yeah, we like that.
Yeah, that's my favorite moment. Us winning 3-1 games in a row. And
That was
also
so impressive.
I was confident going into the Lakers series. I was so confident.
Bro, I was scared. I was scared.
I was
like, bro, we've like never seen this happen before. Like coming back 3-1 in 2 series, like, bro, come on. I was genuinely scared. I was like, we really might not make it.
I wouldn't.
Angel.
The Lakers went up 3-1, right? I'm like, oh, it's over for the Lakers.
Literally.
And then LeBron
I was like, bro, this
thing.
is not good.
And then I think on that closeout game, LeBron went on that tear at the end. I remember watching that live. He scored like 9 straight points in the fourth quarter, and the whole bench was just going stupid. Like, that was Angel, were you just like, okay, get y'all little 3 wins. We're gonna come back, and then we'll see y'all in the finals, or we'll see whoever in the finals.
My thought process was like, okay, Jazz, Nuggets. I thought easy win. I was like, this series, we're gonna get past it, like no problem. And then we went down 3-1, and I was like, yo, what? I was like, what's going on? And then we came back, and I was like, okay. Because I was doubtful in the Clippers, because that's when everyone thought the Clippers were deadly. Like everyone thought it was gonna be Clippers Lakers in the semifinal in the Western Conference Finals.
I mean, they kind of were though. It was just like,
yeah,
I think they were just too ego-minded. At least the role players, anyway.
Don't get me wrong. I thought the Clippers and Lakers were going to be in the Western Conference Finals. So then we show up, we go down 3-1, and I wasn't even heated. I was like, this makes sense. And then we came back again. I was like, yo, Lakers, watch out. Here we come. We win game 3, and it was 2-1. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, we're going to do it. And then it was 3-1. Then it was 4-1. But I think the best part about that, like, whole Nuggets playoffs run was all our scrubs doing good. Plumlee was doing good. Bol was actually playing.
That's facts.
Gary Harris, my man, was popping off. Too bad we traded him. Who else is? I don't even remember that whole roster. I think we had one of the Morrises.
We had Monte Morris. It wasn't one of the twins though. Oh yeah, he was doing good actually.
Yeah, we were killing it. Like, it wasn't just like Jokic and Murray and like Harris. Sometimes like everyone stepped up. Like Bol was hitting threes, like corner threes, and I was like, "Yo, what is going on?"
That was the year y'all had Jeremy Grant too, right? And he had like a breakout season.
Yeah, that was. Yup, that's the reason why we kept him. I think that season is the main reason why we kept him. We had Millsap.
Oh yeah, Paul Millsap.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, y'all had some.
Yeah,
y'all had some play. Y'all had some ballers.
We did, and they weren't ballers who like normally those players I named would do bad. Like, when was the last time you heard someone say Mason Plumlee popped off? Like, so it was just like exciting. Like, I was like, oh man, like this is our year. We're going to the finals, but like for some reason the Lakers wanted to perform against us. Like, didn't let us come back. Didn't even give us an inkling of that.
Nah, but low key, that last game, it really looked like y'all were gassed, bro.
Oh, there's no way they weren't.
Right. They just looked hella tired.
Because I feel like
Coca-Cola, man. You need a liter of Coke, like the good old days.
I feel like the downside to all of our bench players stepping up during those games was that they were also tired. Like
Yeah, that's true.
normally it's like the starters are tired and the bench players like, don't worry, I got this, and then they pop off for no reason. But like because they were helping us come back, they were also exhausted. So
Right.
it was like, okay, like I saw that we went down 3-1 and I saw how bad, like how much we struggled that game. And I was like, okay, this might be the end for us. There's no way we're coming back 3 times in a row.
Do you think I forgot who we went against? But whoever that other team was, do you think you could have done that 3 times?
Come back 3-1 3 times?
Yeah.
No, there's no way. Because I feel like the only reason why we came back against the Clippers was because the Clippers went into that thinking they were like untouchable.
Right.
So like I feel like we just like were the underdogs and we're like, yo, hold on, don't sleep on us. Like, didn't you just see what we did?
Hmm.
But with that, like I don't know who they went against. I'm trying to look now.
It was the Mavericks, I think. But that was the second round, right? It was the Mavericks.
Yeah, they were shitting on defense.
Yeah, I don't think we would have won that at all.
So was it the Rockets that the Lakers faced before they faced y'all?
Yes.
So
Yes.
y'all probably would have. Y'all would have. Y'all think? I personally think.
We probably would have
yeah,
won in 7.
that wouldn't
but
have
not
went to 7.
3-1.
Yeah, that wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't say 7.
But like the Lakers are just too good. Like
Mhm.
Anthony Davis, like as good as Jokic as a player is, like there's a bunch of times where people clearly like abuse him when he's on D, like the famous Steph Curry like 9-night play where he just goes right into Jokic and hits that shot, and it's like, oh man, like Anthony Davis, LeBron, like they all like abused us. If it was the Rockets, we could have probably won, but that team was just like too good. Like I also think if we went to the finals, the Heat would have definitely destroyed us. Like
Destroyed.
just not destroyed, but like
They were injured.
I think we
I
would have
would've
been
had a
way
chance.
too tired. I think we would have been way too tired.
If they
Did
were
you-
injured, like, oh, my fault.
No, continue.
I would say, like, if they were injured, like, coming into the finals, like they were with the Lakers, I think y'all would have had a chance to win for sure.
I think the Heat would have won in 6.
Oh,
6. I'll give you 6. I think it would have been a close series though, because like they were hurt, and their role players weren't performing at all, at least
Yeah.
not in the finals. And that could have been going against the Lakers, whatever. But I think had it been Nuggets Heat, I think it would have been pretty even. I think each game would have been close. Game 7, like the series going to 7 games is kind of like tough to like play out, but
Yeah.
I think that would have been pretty good.
I think the main reason why I say 6 is because like in the Lakers series, there was points where like Gary Harris was playing starter minutes but only dropped 5 points. So like that's like when I think of us like going to the Heat, like if we took the Lakers spot, I just like get reminded of that, of how Gary Harris had like almost 30 minutes and dropped 5. Like, and then yeah, that's my main reason why I think of that, is that we were just tired.
Also, something to consider: Gary Harris may not just be dropping 5 points because he'd have like Duncan Robinson guarding him or Tyler Hero, and those aren't defenders, you know.
Oh, true. I didn't even think about that. But I think that's my second favorite moment would be the Clippers and Lakers actually playing each other and like it being a good game. Like that was the first time we saw, not the first time, but that was like the battle of ESPN was hyping it up.
Oh, facts. Like it was a finals. Like
Yeah,
oh,
it was a regular season game, and they were like a battle of LA. It's just the Western Conference Finals preview. Like they were hyping it up.
Oh yeah, like very early into the season for sure. Like
Yeah. And like, don't get me wrong, it was a good like bubble game, like one of the better ones. But
Mhm.
they just like they basically were the reason for the Clippers' downfall. I bet they went to their hotel rooms after that. Saw ESPN talk about the game. They're like, "Yeah, we're hot shit." Like it was a Western Conference Finals preview. So I think that's one of my favorite moments because like I bought into it. ESPN got me. Like even though I was like, even though I was talking shit and like even telling everyone like, oh, they're hyping this up a little too much, I still was like low key like, hey, I'm so excited for this. Like,
right.
but you know,
Was it the next season? ESPN tried to give us the Lakers versus Nets matchup in the finals, and that didn't happen. They're trying to hype that up.
yeah, I
It's
feel
just
like
like-
ESPN.
Don't listen to ESPN.
Yeah, ESPN needs to stop doing that because they're cursing these teams.
Well, guess what they're gonna give us this season? Another battle of LA.
Yes, sir.
Assuming we're all healthy.
Man, they gave the Grizzly Warriors Christmas Day game. Like,
Oh, bro, can we talk about the Christmas schedule for a second?
yeah. Let's do it, please.
Like,
'Cause-
bro,
Yeah, we have
it's-
time.
I'm
it's
disappointed.
so mid. It's so mid, bro.
Very disappointing.
What? Can someone read the lineups? Does anyone have that up right now or no?
I could try to find it real quick.
it's Grizz
Unless-
Warriors.
Okay, it's got
It's like Nuggets, Bucks.
Nuggets, no, I think it's Nuggets, Suns,
Lakers,
it?
Mavericks, right?
Lakers,
Something like that, too.
Mavericks,
Lakers, Mavericks.
Celtics. I think it's Celtics, Bucks.
Yeah,
Celtics Bucks.
yeah.
Aren't the Knicks playing?
Knicks and
Yeah.
Philly. Knicks and Philly.
That's such a
Yes.
random game.
How the
Right,
hell we can't get a game, bro?
And that's it. That's it. That's all of them.
bro. Like,
Not even
Okay.
a finals rematch, bro. Like what?
Mm-mm.
So you're telling me John Morant goes on Twitter telling them they're gonna beat them, and then they get a Christmas Day game?
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it. Okay, the Grizzlies Warriors might be entertaining, but I still think like the Grizzlies are too young to play against the Warriors. You know?
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Before we shit on it, is there any games
Right.
that we do like?
Bro, I don't even like the Lakers Mavs game. I don't even lie.
Juan, do you like Bucks Celtics?
I Bucks Celtics because it's a 7-game series, and they'll have Chris Middleton hopefully. But like, why would you do that over like Celtics Heat, Celtics Warriors?
So yeah, and then
Like, I
Nuggets.
don't know what the thought process is.
Yeah, and Nuggets Suns is like so random, like the most random one out of all of them. And then
I think I would say I like the Bucks and Celtics the most because I think that's going to be the most competitive.
Right.
I think my favorite, if I had to choose one, it would be Grizzlies Warriors. Would probably be my favorite. I would prefer Grizzlies Celtics Warriors like 10 times
Mhm.
more, but like at least we got something, I guess.
I don't know. It's very mid. It's very mid. Hopefully the games are exciting. And
I think
maybe because low-key we didn't talk about Philly and Knicks. So
That's the worst one.
okay, it is. But if you're in Philly or if you're in New York, bro, that game is gonna be lit. It's gonna be crazy. The toxic
fans are
fans, bro.
Oh yeah, they're gonna add to it.
they're gonna go crazy.
Yo,
I mean, if they're wait, what?
I feel bad for Tyler because he's the only one who doesn't have a Christmas Day game.
Yeah, bro. We just sitting here like these.
The Bulls,
Let me get one of them, bro. We right here. We ready.
the
No,
Bulls
sorry,
were
Knicks.
yeah, the Bulls were number 1 at one point, and don't even. So we all
if they were to have a Christmas Day game, who would you put them against?
Oof, that's a really good question.
even though we probably won't win, I want Alex Caruso to properly get his lick back. I need them to go against the Bucks, bro. Please. I need it. I
True,
need it. We might
true.
lose, but I don't care. As long as we can get them. Actually, if we can get this win, I'll be fine with the season. I'll be fine. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like it would be good. But yeah, they're honestly the only team that came to mind. I would say the Bucks. I feel like it'd be entertaining. And plus they're close by.
Bulls
So.
Bucks, I mean, obviously nobody could guard Giannis, but I think every other matchup would be pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No.
'cause Middleton plays with the
Like you'd have
go ahead.
Caruso on Drew, right?
Yeah, if Lonzo's for some reason hurt, then yeah, we'll start
That's
Caruso
true.
probably.
Well,
They
you
even
would
had-
put Lonzo on Chris because I,
Oh, no,
I feel like
actually,
they're kind of
that's a
like
good matchup.
height, you know,
Yeah, Lonzo's
height is
what, like
similar.
6'5" or something like that.
something like that.
Sick.
And then Giannis is the mismatch, and then you got you got Patrick.
Patrick Williams. They even some games, there were some games where they put Caruso at the 4. I think
Really?
I think the first time we played Brooklyn, I want to say when Williams was hurt, they're like, all right, we're gonna put Caruso at the 4. A lot of people were like, what the heck? But
Who was he
we won.
guarding?
Did y'all win?
I don't remember who he was guarding, but I think I don't remember. I don't remember who he was guarding, but I just remember we won like those games that he played like at the 4. It was so weird. Like I didn't think it was gonna happen.
Wild. That's so wild.
He
Went for it to fight for his life.
yeah, but and then Lopez, he's still with the Bucks, right? So you got Lopez, and then I feel like he's probably gonna have a better advantage on Vooch because Vooch doesn't like rebounds for some reason. I don't know what it is, bro. Like
That boy allergic. To
that's what I'm saying. He just looked. He just be look.
Someone should get that.
Yeah, and then you have Zach at the 2, and who's the shooting guard for Milwaukee?
Oh.
It would just be a good matchup, honestly. Like
I don't know. I think it would be pretty good though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially because what was I gonna say? Milwaukee and Chicago, like they were a first round matchup, you know, so like
Mhm.
makes sense. You got Warriors Celtics finals matchup. You could do Suns Mavericks because they were in the second round.
Absolutely.
The rematch.
Suns and Mavs would
You
go
could-
so crazy.
Yeah,
that
like
would be a fun game to watch.
and like I just made like 3 games right there is already better than the schedule they have right now.
I would Philly, Brooklyn. Hey, come on. Like,
Philly, Brooklyn.
on Christmas
Fire.
in Philly, please. Oh, come on. Yeah. Need that.
Philly,
Need
Bro,
that.
Ben Simmons
Brooklyn,
He's
bro.
not gonna play. He's not gonna play.
even in the Christmas game that they're actually playing, he's still gonna catch some strays from the crowd. I already know it. They're gonna be
Facts.
he's catching strays no matter what.
I don't know. Yeah, it's,
But we just made a better lineup than what the NBA did. So
yeah,
at
facts. And
us.
it took us like 2 minutes. Like-
just pick up where you left off. Like, come on.
It's like, what are they saving those matchups for? Like, what days do those games lie on? Like, where's that finals matchup, that Bucks Bulls matchup? Like, what? It's just
Like a Wednesday.
questionable.
like a Wednesday morning.
Yeah. Like, what are they thinking?
You know, like a midday game on a Thursday.
Well, everybody's at work. Not a lot of people catch it. Like,
Yeah, I feel like they're just random. It's just like they were like, okay, let's do Grizzlies Warriors and then build off of that. Because like it doesn't make sense. It's just Suns and Nuggets and Sixers and Knicks. It feels like they just drew names out of the top 8. Like they're just like, all right, who were the top 8 last year? Okay, we'll just throw them against each other. Like, who cares? Like,
Right.
What?
I wonder. I really do wonder how they decide that though. Like the teams who are gonna play Christmas and then how they match them up. I really do wonder that though.
Because I don't know, it just feels weird not getting a finals rematch on Christmas.
you would think,
Right.
right?
Yeah, it's like, don't they do that every year?
Did they?
It seems like it because like we had like the Cavs and Warriors. I think was it 2 times?
Yeah, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah. It
On
was.
Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then did they do it last year?
Oh, actually, I don't think they did it last year.
I'm trying to remember.
I
I don't-
honestly don't remember.
I don't remember
I
at
watched the
all.
games, but yeah, I don't remember. Like, I know I sat there and watched the games, but I don't remember like off the top if they did.
Yeah.
I probably, I don't know.
Well, I think that's where we're gonna end it because we just got really heated straight off the bubble. Just heated about the Christmas Day games. But it looks like we think pretty positively about one thing, and that is the bubble. We think about it better than the Christmas Day game. So next week's topic, we're gonna be looking and evaluating franchises. We're gonna be talking about poverty franchises. Just franchises that seem like they just don't know what they're doing. I think it's gonna be really interesting to see who we think is, not ran good and who's ran poorly that everyone agrees on. So that's next week's topic. If you're listening to this on Apple or Spotify, give us that good old 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. Check us out on Twitter and TikTok at Spin the Rock. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you again next week.
Sir.
You're